Hello, so for this video, I will be scaling teeth numbers 29 and 30, buccal and lingual aspects using my sickle scaler. I want to make sure that I am using the correct end, making sure that it wraps around the tooth like so. Using the wrong working end, the tip would point away from the tooth. And I'm sitting at the 8-9 o'clock position. My patient is in semi-supine and slightly away from me. So I want to start at the distal buccal line angle and activate an oblique stroke towards the distal, side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, up, down, Turning the instrument halfway, we're going to walk across the facial aspect, maintaining tip adaptation. With oblique strokes, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, in the interproximal, up, down, and then same thing for tooth number 29. You want to start again at the distal buccal line angle, and side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side, in the interproximal, up, down, walk across the facial aspect, side to side, side to side, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, pivot roll, and maintain a 70 to 80 degree face to the tooth surface angulation, and in proximal, up, down, lateral strokes. Okay, so next I will be scaling tooth number 2930 lingual aspects. Starting at the distal lingual line angle, I will go side to side, side to side, side to side, and in the proximal, go up, down, down. Turn your instrument halfway. Starting at the distal lingual line angle again, side to side, side to side, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, side to side, side to side. For tooth number 29, once more, and oblique stroke, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, and then oblique lateral strokes, up, down, down. Turn your instrument halfway, activate vertical strokes, up, down, side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, pivot roll, side to side, side to side, side to side. Next, I will be doing the maxillary upper right quadrant, teeth number 3 and 4. My patient is now in a supine position, and I am sitting at the 8-9 o'clock position. Choose the correct working end, and in your strokes, and lift, pivot roll, lift, pivot roll, up, down, and then turn your instrument halfway, walk your instrument towards the mesial, and oblique strokes, lift the wrists, up, down, down, pivot roll, up, down, pivot roll, and in the interproximal, up, down, down. Same thing for tooth number 4. We'll activate an oblique stroke, up, down, interproximal, go up, down. Turn your instrument halfway, up, down, My elbow is pivoting towards me as I move along the line angle, and in the interproximal, go up, down. So now I'm sitting at the 10-11 o'clock position. I will be scaling teeth number 3 and 4 lingual aspects. And I want to make sure I'm using the correct working end as the functional shank goes up and over. And my elbow will actually start away from me and pivot in towards the distal aspect, inserting at a 70-degree, 80-degree angulation, and activate an oblique stroke up, down, pivot, roll, bring the elbow in the interproximal, go up, down, turn the instrument halfway, and then now your elbow is going to stay in and pivot out, and walk, pivot, roll, the elbow should go out, pivot, roll, pivot, roll, pivot, roll, pivot, roll, the elbow is out, and you're going to do a lateral stroke up, down, Same for tooth number 4. And side to side, side to side, side to side. Interproximal go up, down, down. Turn your instrument halfway and walk towards the mesial. And up, down, down, pivot, roll, side to side, down, pivot, roll. In the interproximal, go up, down,